Good morning, everyone. How are you? Are you ready for our new lesson? So, before we start, I just want to ask few questions. Number one is, what is a literature? What is a literature based on your prior knowledge and our previous lessons? Yes? Okay, very good. Number two is, what is a literary work? Yes? Okay, very good again. Number three is, what is an author? Yes? Okay, very good, class. And before we really start our lesson, I have here pictures, and you will describe it. You will describe what is in that picture. So, here's the first one. The first picture. Look at the first picture. Based on this picture, where do you think they live? Yes? Okay, very good. Later, we will know if your answers are correct. The number two picture. So, based on the picture, what do you think they are doing? Yes? Acting? Exactly. And number three picture. Yes. Based on the picture, who is the guy in the picture? Oh, actually, his name is in the picture. Nelson Mandela. Do you know who is Nelson Mandela, class? Oh. So, later we will know who is Nelson Mandela. So, based again on the picture, what does the background picture show? Yes? Differences against white and black skin color. Very good. So, we're now going to answer some questions. So, the direction is, read the following statements and then tell whether it is a poetry, drama, novel, autobiography, or folk tales. The first one is the title, Anna Karenina. What do you think it is? It is a novel, poetry, drama, autobiography, or folk tales? Yes? Okay. Later, we will know the answer. Number two, I had a cat who was so fat, he could not even sit on his mat. Yes? Very good. A poetry. Number three, Ron said, thanks for the feedback. I took note of your suggestions and made necessary changes. Appreciate your feedback. The answer is okay. Number four, my name is Elizabeth Austin. I was born on May 2, 2002 in Marseille, France. I was raised as a child of two cultures, American and French. What do you think it shows? Okay, later we will know if your answers are correct. And the last one is, once upon a time, there lived a wise man by the name of Mammon. He never lied. All the people in the land, even ones who lived 20 days away, knew about him. So save your answers and know if it's correct later. So here we go in our lesson. did all of this. Poetry, novels, drama, autobiography, folk tales. What do you think is our lesson for today? So, our lesson for today is African literary genre and authors. So, let's start with poetry. So, what do you think is a poetry? So here, poetry is a collection of spoken or written words. It is often sung or recited as sing-song voice. It has rhyme. Okay, but there is also a free poetry, a free verse. We call it free verse. There's no metrical structure followed. So, what is an example of poetry in African literature? So here, first example is Africa. Africa is written by David Diop. So here is David Diop. David Diop is an African poet born in France. He is writing about problems of Africa. She wants to share a message that brings the Africans change and freedom. So the next example is A Wall. A Wall is written by Omotara James. Omotara James is also a poetess that has a mini collection of poetry that born in Britain. His works are digital, appear in digital and print. So the next author here is Rasak Malik. Not here, but his work is in another world. Rasak Malik is a poet from Nigeria. He works in many newspapers, online, and in print journals. He also calls Hunter poet. Okay, and the next one is folk tales. What do you think is a folk tales? Very good. So, the definition. Folk tales is also known as myths. Stories that pass down by word to mouth. What do you think stories that pass down word to mouth? Very good. So here's the African examples, African literary works. So the first is The Leopard from Central Africa. And the next one is The Two Brothers from Egypt. And of course, we have your novels. What is a novel? Of course, an African novel defies easy genre boundaries. It's short, more epic, more political, and more didactic. So, African novels is not just like other novels, but it is unique. So, here's the example of literary work. of novels of African authors. So the first one is The Burgher's Daughter, written by Nadine Gardiner. Nadine Gordimer. So she is an African writer, a novelist, short stories, and essays. She wrote about the history of Africa. And the next one is Things Fall Apart. I think you know who is he. He is Chinua Achebe. Chinua Achebe is a Nigerian novelist, poet, and critic who regarded as dominant figure of modern African literature. Okay, so move to autobiography. What do you think is an autobiography? An autobiography is what? Okay, autobiography is individual's life. Autobiography is a written work of individual's life. For example, I want to share my life to all of you. So I will be writing my own autobiography. Autobiography is based on your experience, based on your life. Yeah. So the examples of an autobiography is here. First, do you know who is Frederick Douglass? So Frederick is the narrative of the life of Frederick Douglass. Frederick Douglass is an African-American social reformer, demolitionist, orator, writer, and statesman. So yeah, that's Frederick Douglass. So the next one is Long Walk to Freedom, Nelson Mandela. So, who is Nelson Mandela? Nelson Mandela is the first black president of South Africa. He is the first one to fight for black people discrimination against white. He fought for it about 67 years, worked toward change. So, the next one is drama. So, what is drama? Acting? Okay. So, drama in African literature embodies the yearnings, experiences, and sensibility of Africans. So, in African drama, it's not just only about acting, about anything, but it is for their yearnings, experiences, and sensibility of Africans. So here's some examples. Examples of drama is My Children, My Africa. It is written by Athol Fugard. So who is Athol Fugard? He is a South African playwright, novelist, actor, and director. He is one of the greatest playwrights. And the next one is Siswe Bansi is Dead. That's written by Athol Fugard again and John Kani. So, Athol Fugard is a South African playwright, novelist, actor, and director. Yeah, that's like what I said earlier. And John Kani is her best buddies in the stage in acting. They are the best actors. Okay, we are done with our lesson. Do you have any questions regarding our lessons? So, if you don't have any questions with our lesson, we're going to explore Africa again. Okay. Let's explore Africa. Okay, so let's explore Africa by the poem Africa by David Diop. So, who wants to read? No one? Okay, I will be reading it for you. Africa, my Africa. Africa of proud warriors in the central savannas. Africa of whom my grandmother sings. On the banks of the distant river, I have never known you. But your blood flows in my veins. Your beautiful black blood that irrigates the field. The blood of your sweat. The sweat of your work. The work of your slavery. The slavery of your children. Africa, tell me, Africa. Is this you, back that is bent? This back that breaks under the weight of humiliation? This back trembling with red scars, and saying yes to the wind under the midday sun, but a grave voice answers me. Impetuous sun, the tree young and strong, the tree wherein splendid loneliness amidst white and faded flowers, that is Africa, your Africa, that grows again patiently, obstinately, and its fruit gradually acquires the bitter taste of liberty. So, what do you think this poem conveying is all about? Okay, the poem Africa is it tells us about the problems of Africans brought by white colonialization. So it gave a message to bring change and freedom for their country, for their beloved country, Africa. The major theme of this poem, Africa, was freedom versus slavery, patriotism, and the dark side of human nature. So again, do you have any questions about our topic, African literary genre and authors, and also this poem? Okay, so if you don't have any, I just want you to answer these questions written. Get a paper and write down your answers. So the activity is again write down the questions and answer it. So activity: reread the poem Africa by David Diop and answer the following questions. So the first question, write it down. What do you think is the message that the poem wants to deliver to its readers? Number 2, cite lines that you think related to our life in today's generation. Explain. Number 3, give some instances that you experienced in your life related to this poem. Do you get it? Okay. Are you done, guys? Okay, later I will collect your papers. But here's our another activity. Our lesson. So, if you really understand our lesson, you can answer it easily. So, for letter A, describe the notable literary genres contributed by African writer using this format. Literary genre, description, poetry, folktales, novels, autobiography, and drama. So, then, letter B, write one literary piece in any genre. In any genre do you want? If you want poetry, folktale, novels, autobiography, or drama. And the rubric for grading is this. Well, for 100%, the content or relevant, creative work, unique or your own piece, attractive title, well organized. For 90%, 1 to 2 criteria did not meet. 80%, 3 to 4 criteria did not meet. So remember, guys, do not search, okay? It's for your activity. Do not search. It should be your own piece. Okay? So, that's all for today. Review our lesson again for better comprehension. Thank you.